All right, hi guys. You know what? I'm going to do this again and try this video. You're not going to see my face because what you're going to see is a tour of my CX5, and it's a Mazda. This is the front wheel, and I'm just going to go ahead and staring at the front wheel right now with the camera just to tell you what's going to happen. We're going to take a little mini tour. All right, so that you can see how I have it fixed up for van life. I tried with my picture, tried to flip it back around. The camera wouldn't go around, so I don't know what's going on. So let's try it this way, and I don't want to belabor it. So here we are in the front. I did tint my windows. I just put a film in there. I do put my reflectix in there, and we'll show you that in a little bit. On the outside here, I wanted to make sure you see this. That is the screening that you pop over the windows. I actually have 4 of them, one for each side window. It's elastic on the bottom. It just fits over your window so that you can roll your window down. I am in a public parking lot, so I do want to kind of be mindful of who's around. We're going to go around the back. I know they say don't show the license plate. I got to be more mindful of that. Mazda, there's my Aloha Keakua up on top. And then going here again, as you can see, I have that on the outside. So once I get all the black reflectix in, and I'll show you that in a little bit, you don't see in my car at all. So let's get busy, shall we? And we'll go ahead and do that. I'm going to open the vehicle up and we're going to go step by step. Here we go. So in the front, this is the passenger side. So when I open it, you see my little doggy box right here. This is where Lola usually is. Right now my purse is just resting in there. This box I did get on Amazon. I added the pockets myself with extra fabric I had. I did put a pillow in between to kind of like cushion a little bit, and a sheet over the top. Now for her, she has a cooling pad. I didn't bring her today. It's like 85 degrees where I work, and I don't get a big enough break, right? So, but she does have a cooling pad. There is a fan up above there, but I do want to change it out to USB. That's battery. When it's hot, the batteries don't often work. So, we got to go ahead and fix that. But there is a little mini air conditioner I do have for her. It's called the Arctic fan, and it works really well. You get it at Walmart for like 29 bucks. All right, I put a little shelf underneath her box, and it's on the seat there. It's strapped in. The shelf is with the seat belt. Plus, this box is actually attached to the seat, as you can see. So you know that box isn't going anywhere, and then she gets attached to the box. So underneath here is her doggy food. In the front is where I keep the extra in that bag. That's where the power things are. So that I have like my little extra power sources in there. There's 3 of them actually. And so you can plug them in your house and go ahead and charge them up. So it's your power supply stuff there, which I can take that out in a little while. I'm trying to stick my reflectix in, but with one hand it's not working. So what I did is I sewed fabric around the edges here, silver on one side, black on the other. And how I got the black is I purchased the ones for the big vehicles, the trucks. They come that way, and then I just cut it to the shape. So that's how I got that. Inside the doors, I find that if I get little plastic cups that are 50 cents at Walmart, I can put my extras in there, and then just extra water to put on the cooling towel, wipes, that kind of thing. You want to use as much space as you can. Down here on the floor, I also have my little, that is a broom and a dustpan down here. So that's what that is, tucked away underneath. And I did this again on Facebook Live too, so there's another video of this if you want to check it out there. This is when I have my power banks. I keep saying my power supply, my power banks. And in here, there and there, my Arctic fan is in there. It's a little white round, and it attaches to the power banks. So I have 3 of those. All right, by the fire department too, so you may hear some loud sounds. Anyway, I store that one reflectix there, so that takes care of that. This is just a film. This is a tint that I did myself. So that's pretty much in the front on this side. Let's move along. I'm trying to watch my timing on this so we don't go too long. Now, here is the passenger side. This is how I get in. So here's my seat. So I can sit in here. I keep a towel on it. And the reason why I do is because, here's the Yiyu. Yiyu you can buy on YouTube. A lot of people ask about potty. I don't like the idea of a cup or a bottle, so here you go. It's clean, so no surprises. So there's a bag here, and you can put I put paper towel in there a lot of times to absorb the moisture, but you can get the pellets or whatever you want. Go potty in here. This bag comes out. You can put it in another garbage bag, clean it up a little, and move on. I keep the towel there as well as potty pads like I would have for the dog, just in case, but I have not had any problems. Now this thing does snap up. Of course, with one hand, it's hard for me. I can't hold the phone and do everything, but you snap these shut, and when you do, then you can move it around, right? Especially when it's clean. You can snap it up when it's got stuff in it too, but, there we go. But when you do that, I'm not going to edit this, so you're going to see all the boo-boos and all the problems I'm having today. I did it on Facebook with not a hitch. Go to do it for you guys here and have a big problem, right? But all these things push down, and they catch around the edges, so therefore this is closed. So when it's clean though, like it is now, I just put it down here. There's a light down here as well. So this light I can use like as ambiance if I want. There you go. I attached it to a top of a box because in that box are other lights. Those little battery ones from Dollar Tree. Okay, so there's that underneath the seat. I have the stuff to make the car smell nice. I also have sandals back there, heavy socks when it's cold. It does get cold here in Washington State. Right now it's 85. I did find these bath mats, and I do put them in there because you can just shake them out. So it's easier than having to clean. Now this thing I got at Target for like $5 in the bullseye section. All these pockets. So here's the off hydrogen cream, cortisone cream for, skin stuff. Mirror, ibuprofen, jewelry, tracks, because a lot of times I'll use that if I'm going out and doing a Christian thing. I've got my little potty pads here, and then there's still the compartment back there. That was an extra Reflectix back there. Now when I get in here, it's not so easy. I do sit in here, I do climb in here, but then I got to swing my legs over this, which is a little bit tricky, but I can manage. There's my bed. I'll show you more of that when I open the back. This is the Reflectix for the front, and so this is what I buy. This was actually for a truck, but to see, one side is silver and one side is black, and it works perfect. I just lay it on my bed because at this point in time, that's the best place to put it. I have a little kitty pillow. This comes from Daiso. Daiso has a lot of cute little things like that if you want to get something from Daiso for your vehicle. That's sometimes where you can get little hooks. My little fairy lights are up here. See them here and on the other side. Now me, I like to decorate with family. So there's the pictures of family on top. Okay. Those hooks you see across the way in that little window, that's what you can get at Daiso. And then I hang my keys on there if I'm laying down. The bag, well, let's go to the back and I'll show you about that bag. That's got heavier things in it. This is how the inside looks though for my window before we go on. This is that thing that goes over the top, right? I made curtains, so when this comes off, there's my curtain. Actually, I'm gonna take it off because when I'm done here, I'm gonna go for a little ride. I'll plop that on the seat. So there's my curtain, and this is no more than a hair tie. And that ties my curtains back so I can see out. I did do the perforated vinyl also on the outside. So see how this window is down? That's why I put that stretchy thing over it, my little window screen. I did get rain guards for this. I didn't put them on yet, so we'll see how that goes. This is perforated vinyl. And let's go to the back. That's why I said I wanted to go way around. Let's get this open. And inside. There we go. So here we go. So you can enter from this side if you want. I don't like the idea of climbing, but I could. Actually, I've got a step stool underneath. So what I did is I've got a little platform here, way underneath. And there's a wooden platform underneath there is my step stool. I have some weights under there. There we go, extra clothes. So I have a mattress on there, memory foam, and then I went ahead and put a quilt on it, and then I put another quilt on it, and then I have a black comforter on it, and then I have these two blankets, and then this is a pareo or sarong. I like the color, and I want to do more. When I have a van, I want to do something more like that, a Hawaiian style colors. Now over here on this side, this is my clothes. So I have tops in here and I have pants in here. This is an emergency kit. I attached it to here because it kept falling and I didn't know where else to put it. The stuffed bag has sweaters, jackets, things for cold, and it's soft because I made this, and it's cushioned, so it acts like a pillow for me. I do have my pillows up there. I have another one of those gray things on the back of the seat, if you can see it. The little $5 things like I told you about from Target. Now you don't get to see the whole thing, but the pockets hang down below my pillows, so I can store stuff in there like a little squirrel, right? And then underneath there I have clothes. We'll talk about that in a bit. Over here, another pareo to cover. Now if you notice, it looks like little steps. It's not steps. I will keep this around because this thing is what you put on the shelves. It's rubbery and it prevents things from slipping, so there's a thought for you. It also works in your back window to kind of cover your window if you don't want to go doing the reflectors or you have problems doing reflectors for the back. Okay, let me uncover my stash. So back here, ta-da! So this is how you make something to drink. This you can plug into your car. This does work. I wanted to show you many times, didn't get that far yet. Hopefully someday soon. Bowls. This is what the fans are that have the batteries. I wouldn't recommend them. I'd rather get an SUV thing and just plug it in. But that fits here well. Here's my little camping stove. I did get a mini toaster. I like my toast because I have a Jackery. And this Jackery I got off of Amazon. Let me turn it around for you. And it looks like this. This is the smallest one, I believe. And this takes you can put your cord on there. It's exactly what it says. It's an input, so you can charge this thing. Here's your other places for cords, your regular plugs. And here's where your cigarette, I call it a cigarette lighter. I don't know if you guys still call it that, but plug it in there. And then, I guess in your cigarette lighter, that's what they used to say years ago. I don't know, do you call it anything else now? USB or whatever. But that is the Jackery. I like this. It's a smaller one. I just got it off of Amazon and it works. Now that sits on top of a cooler. There's a cooler right here. And if you see, I put that black stuff on top. In the cooler, it's not food. And here I have my can opener, my knives, things that I would use to cook with. So when I go somewhere, I can take this out. Everything's all in here along with this. And then I have my can of butane tucked down where it's shady and cool because you don't want any problems, right? I took a shoe shelf back here that had like steel or little metal rungs across, or actually aluminum. And there's several of them. So I went ahead and I just cut it. It was much wider than this. I cut it down because you just snap it together. And then once they snapped it together, I also used the heavy tape to hold everything together, bungeed it around. This is my coffee on top. This is a lunchbox that actually heats food if you're traveling. Takes a while, so if you know you're going on a trip and you really want to heat something up, put it in there and leave it there and just go with the flow. Now you can check on it periodically. This has snacks in here. I turned the thing sideways so I could unzip it and get at the snacks. And way below there is a bunch of water, and because I want to keep water with me. I'll probably have smaller waters up in the front, but for now, that's how I keep the bigger ones. It's usually shady on this end, so I don't have a problem. Here's a couple collapsible basins. Get those at Daiso. This is a lint roller. I just hung it on there, if you're wondering. This is my cords to my Jackery. It fits in this kind of a container. So that goes with that Jackery over there that I just showed you. This is the, of course, cables, which I want to change to the thing that you can actually just charge it without having those big long cables. But under here And I don't know if you can see, I don't think you can. There's a little thing for an S where my hand's going, so you can plug the stuff in here. So that's why I thought I'll keep the Jackery back here. If I want to plug it in, I can plug it in and just drive with it. Because that's how you'll charge it, right? Just letting you know. And then my tools are underneath this box, so I'm not going to dig in there and pull everything out. It would just make a big mess. But you know, when you stop somewhere and you know you're going to be there and you know you're camping or you're doing stuff, you have access to everything. But I keep it covered with this. It does seem to help keep it a little cooler, of course. So let me do this. Hopefully you can see enough. I'm doing my best here. One hand holding and one hand, you know, maneuvering. But there you go. So that's how now like I said, I could climb in the back if I put my little step ladder down, but I don't like the idea of climbing. I like the idea of going in that side seat, slamming the door, and nobody sees me get in and out. I do have reflectix up here, and the way I keep it up on that window, it's tricky because it kind of still is falling out. I think I'm gonna have to stick something in here, like a little stick or something, just to hold this up. But I do have Velcro. And the Velcro will hold, but with this heat out here, kind of falls off sometimes, but it stays for the most part. So now, but I'm packed here to the brim. I do have clothes underneath as well. Let's go around and see that. Let me close this up. I'm gonna do that. And I'll start, I just listen for it to always close all the way. Once I hear that click, I know I'm good. All right, so let's see about this. And again, this side has my curtains that I made. This is my stretchy stuff. I'll pull a stretchy stuff off. There we go. Just gonna lay it there for now. There's my pillows. Oh yes, I want to tell you, so back here I had a little hole. So that's my camping chair back here. Then underneath there's the platform. You can kind of see the platform, the quilt, the memory foam, all the blankets. I mean, I got a ton of blankets on here because I was worried. Pillow, and I do kind of tend to sleep up high. Here's that gray thing with the pockets. I took a pocket and added, I cut it off of one that comes with 3 of these, and I just chopped them up, get them at Daiso, clipped it on. How do I clip everything on? Binder clips work really well. Now what I did up here is a small rod. It's a tension rod. I have a pareo in the back, a black one. I can put the black fabric there and separate the front from the back. But how do you keep these up, right? So I took a dowel. There's a dowel here. I wrapped it up with a, there's a piece of fabric here that you actually, when I bought my couch, it came on the bottom. I thought, hey, that's pretty strong fabric. So I just wrapped it, tied it. This dowel is here. The dowel is what this hangs off of. And I did the same on the other side. There's a dowel over there. You probably can see it better. I just cut them so that they're not too long. I wanted to have a separation between the two. Okay, because I didn't want that bar all the way across. Inside again. So this is from this view. So I tend to sleep with my head up here behind the seat. I don't like my head down there. I don't want all that window around me. I just don't. There's those hooks. Where am I going? There's those hooks again, if I can catch them. Where are they? Where are they? Where are they? Here we go. From Daiso, right? Hang my keys on there. When you sleep at night, you can put whatever on there. It doesn't catch on me, so I'm good. These little windows back here, I didn't do too much but use like a poster board here and blacked them out. You can do more if you want, and I think I'm going to insulate them a little better when it gets colder. But that's how that works. Now, underneath these pillows, there was a space because I did not take my seats out. The seat is just folded down. If I take them out, I'm going to have all these very uneven, weird-looking spots, especially in the CX5. So under here, this has clothes in it, the checkered thing. I don't know if you can see it. It kind of is what you would carry a cake in or something. It's like a rectangle. So I put my clothes in there, and I've got extra clothes down there in a bag. There's a Walmart bag. I also have a bug-out bag that I stick in here. And you can hide money in this vehicle somewhere in these crevices and cracks. Don't ever tell anybody. But if you're traveling, you have extra, right? Here's my Reflectix again. Like I said, the ones I put in my side window, I did sew that fabric on it. This goes through the machine quite easily. This is one for my side window, but I didn't put the fabric on it. I still have space in there, so I've got no water if I want to just like use it to like rinse off something. And there's a space underneath where the board is, and covers for my windows, patio to make the curtain, toothbrush here with toothpaste, extra cords, underwear and socks in this plastic thing. I just tuck it underneath there because that's stuff you might want to reach for kind of quickly. So there's that. Firemen had a big to-do today, and now they're all leaving. Great. Anyway, binder clips again. How do you keep this in? Binder clips on the rubber thing around. Now, like I said, you're going to hear noise. Here, there's a pocket in your doors, right? So again, 50-cent cup from Walmart. Put this in here. I've got Velcro in there. There's my blue tape if I need it. So whatever you can think of. I did that on the other side too when I have pins to keep up those pictures. So people ask me how to get the pictures up there. These pictures are all done with pins, straight pins, because I can just pin it to the fabric of the ceiling and then just slide it out. And those pins are small, or just straight pins, so they're not going to leave a big mark. So when you decide to pull it out. Now to hold some stuff up, the other thing I did, way over there in the seam, there's a screw. I don't know how well you can see it, but I did it here. Let's see if I can turn it around. Yeah, there's the little hook, and I just put it between the frame and the ceiling because the weight on this hook isn't going to be real heavy. So I tuck it in there. It works just fine. But this is what the inside does look like. It's like your little mini cave. I can sit over there in that seat. I can use my potty over there. This, of course, would go in my front window. So at that point in time, this wouldn't be here, right? Oh, I have that metal thing sticking up. It's not an antenna. That's a little pole, because when I start my car, I have to step on the gas and push the on button, right, for my car to start. So I did that. But what happens when you're laying down back here and then you can't really reach it over there because you gotta, what are you gonna do, climb through? I really can't. So that pole reaches the button and I can just push it with the pole. That's why it's there. And it's in a place I can get a hold of it. So if I want to turn it off, I can turn off my vehicle. It's like 85 degrees today. So not gonna be too much sleeping in there today, unless I put my Arctic fan in. Okay, in the front, down here, extra bags if I go shopping. There's a mallet there. It's not only to work, but it's also to, you know, somebody gets to acting weird, bang, right? Just saying. All right, here's that bath mat down there. I do take that out. I will shake that out. It does not interfere with the pedals, just adjust it when needed. Let me go in the vehicle. And here's my little cockpit, what I call my cockpit area. Now, I will put my Reflectix in this front window, obviously. You know, once I'm going to leave, like I said, and go take myself out for a little while. I got a big break here at work. So, this navigation thing for Mazda, by the way, this is a 2017. That navigation thing doesn't work. I had to pull a little card out for it, which is what they told me to do, and then try sticking it back in and see if it'll reset itself. If not, you buy another card to plug in there. It's a pain in the butt. So I just took it out because I'd have to hold the phone and go from the phone to the car to the phone to the car. It keeps jumping back and forth. So it's nuts. So I just like, you know what? I'll just do my navigation on my phone, thanks. I put this rug in there. I got to cut these down better. And there's this other little, this from the Dollar Tree, just to protect my front, because I don't know if this will crack with this heat. So yes, I have my Reflectix in here a lot right now. The sun's shining on it. It's hotter than Seven Devils. So I'll get another one and set it on top here to protect it, right? Here's where the dog is. So she's right next to me. Okay, I just tucked my purse in there. There's the pockets again. I don't know what to do with this phone holder. It does, they advertise it to hang from your rear view mirror, right? Well, my mirror is too thick, so it doesn't work. So for now, it sits on there. I'm probably going to give it to somebody that has a thinner mirror and can use it. It doesn't work for me. It's a nice thing. It's a great commercial, but it doesn't work in this vehicle. So if you have a Mazda CX5, it's not going to work in there because your mirror is too thick. So just saying. So don't bother buying it. It's a lovely idea if your mirror isn't as big as mine, as thick as mine. So it just doesn't work. But when she's in there, of course, all my reflectix is up on that side in the front and on my side. But vehicles get hot, right? Even with the windows open, even with that fan on, even with the Arctic. So like today, I just opted not to bring her. There is no shade by my work. We all park in the sun all day till about 5 o'clock when the shade finally starts rolling around. So I'm like, yeah, no. So if I were actually traveling, that'd be different. I could move the vehicle around, right? Because there are shadier spots, just not in this parking lot. But that's what it looks like. And my console, not too bad. I've got my water. There's a peanut butter jar there. I probably have to throw it out because I believe that peanut butter's too old. I need to check that. Of course, there's a console. There's a cord to charge my phone. Back here, this is a clock I had on the wall, and it works in here. See, it's 86 degrees right now. I know I'm an hour off, but that's fine. These things sticking out, I want to talk to you about this. These are the ones that are the hamper. You know those hampers you put your dirty clothes in? It's got 4 sides. It pops open. I cut off 2 of the sides. Why did I do that? I cut off 2 of the sides because when this opens, I slide it in between this window and this thing here once that window's open, and it acts as a screen for here. They might make screens for that area, but I don't know. So I made my own, and it like cost me $1.25. So, you know, hey, we go with what we got, right? So there you are. That's pretty much my tour. Down there now where I said I had my power banks, let me add something to the list. I forgot to tell you this before. Where this pillow is, and there's still room down there. So what I did the last time I took my voyage, my maiden voyage, is I went ahead and I took lunch boxes, like smaller ones. I don't know which way to face this thing. I guess we'll look at the cross while we're talking because that's a good thing to look at. I went ahead and I made sandwiches. I had pickles that I wrapped up. You know, I just made individual lunches and put it in little lunch boxes, sometimes 2 in one lunch box. And when I traveled for 3 days, I had all my meals. I also had oatmeal in one, just in case I wanted to make that with that water thing that I showed you in the back, that cup that you can go ahead and plug in, right? So there's ways to do that. I did stop one time to get pancakes. I have to get out of here because there's wind out here. It's my surrounding area. So anyway, oh yes, my visor. I have a little visor down there. Just saying. I don't want to miss anything in case anybody's wondering. But to keep cool in here, it's going to be water squirt bottles. It's going to be your reflectix. It's going to be the things that cover your windows. This helps to a certain degree only because people can't see in. I don't know that it helps from the heat. It just adheres to the window. The curtains, I'm glad I did because that helps. So, I mean, there's ways, you know, to help yourself. Arctic fan. And now sitting in this all day in 85 degrees, no, I would take the dog out and go in a grassy area and go hang around. So that would be my advice to you to do that. Let me see now. What else do we have? I'm just trying not to miss anything, guys, so be patient with me. I don't want to leave my keys in the car and then close up my car. See, we have a tree here, but a lot of good that does, right? It's over there. So what I would most likely do in a case like this is because it's so hot, I would take the dog out, and as you see, there's a shaded area here, so I'm going to walk over here, and we're going to hang out here so I can talk to you a little bit more. There you go. So I'm under all these trees here. The fire department is here. This is actually their lot, so we're not going to focus on that, but there's work. Yay. So, and there's my vehicle. So today I might end up having to leave it there if somebody takes my parking space over there. I'm going to go grab some soup and salad. I'm going to go, Applebee's doesn't have the greatest food, but their French onion soup and their Caesar salad is fine. But see how that shade is? It's over there instead over here. But if I had the dog and we're out in a public, you know, rest stop, you'd go in a spot more like this, right? There's a picnic table over there. That's probably where I'd hang out. So I'm just saying that's probably the best place to go. But right now, it is what it is. So, but that's my vehicle over there, guys, and I think we're going to be just fine. And I would like to make another camping trip. Now, if I have a tent, I can lay it on the bed if I choose to go camping. A lot of times they won't take you if you live in a vehicle like this. It's got to be a SUV, not an SUV, but a RV, sorry. Or I'm going to get back in here because there's people walking around. They're wondering what the heck I'm doing. So anyway, I'll suffer for my art here, right, as they say. But let's stare at the cross again. But yeah, I have to put the tent probably on top of my bed, because when I get somewhere, then I would take the tent down. You know, I've got it in a plastic box, like in a, you know, one of those Sterilite boxes. I ought to have stock in Sterilite. I use so many. But anyway, the tent can go in there. But in time, I'd like to get, because I have a tow hitch on here, I'd like to get that thing that swings out. It's like a swing out arm, but you carry a cargo box. I don't know if I want to put anything on top. I've seen so many people do that, and I like that idea, but does it really stay? I've heard of it opening up or flying off in some cases. That kind of makes me nervous. But if I have it in the backpack, maybe that's the better way to do it. Have a couple smaller boxes and chain them or tie them down, lock them up, you know, that kind of thing. So I'll figure that out as we go, and I'll let you know if I add that. In the meantime, that's what's happening with Minister Mary and Van Life with Minister Mary here. Aloha Keakua is a ministry. And we just ask, Father God, that you please bless each person that's watching this, Lord. Cover them with your blood, your mercy, and your grace. If they don't know you yet, Lord, let them come to know you and have a relationship with you. Jesus, I know our time is close. Tomorrow isn't promised. So we just thank you for the life that we have now, and that you continually stay with us and live in our heart and our life. Thank you, Lord. Thank you for anyone who's watching. Bless them mightily. Just watch over them. In your name we pray. Amen. So, Aloha Keakua, name of the ministries. If you need anything, let me know. You can always contact me on here. I try to check my messages as often as possible. I don't know what my analytics are right now, and I'm just starting out. So, you know, I'm not the greatest editor, as you can well see, but hey, it is what it is. I'm going to be going with it for now. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get this up so you guys can at least see the mini tour here. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm going to get in here, start up the vehicle, cool this vehicle down, and head on to my next stop. I have a break for at least a couple hours, so I'm going to go get something to eat and be back here and teach from 3:30 to 8:30. That's my shift, so hey, that's what I do. All right, I will talk to you guys later. So, aloha nui loa, love you much. Mahalo nui loa, thank you so much for watching. And again, Van Life with Minister Mary is where you're at. Aloha Keakua, and do me a favor and hit the thumbs up button and do subscribe, and we'll see if we can get this channel to grow. I'm going to try to pay a little bit more attention to it than I have in the past, because I haven't had too much time, but now I do. All right, I will talk to you guys later. And again, aloha nui loa. I'll see you around. Next time, you actually might get to see my face in the next video. Just couldn't get it to work this time. All right. I'll see you again later. Bye for now.